Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to be going over some basic stuff, but something that hopefully will be helpful for some of you that are just getting started. So I just bought this, what is this, like 30 meter, 25 meter length of accessory cord. This is 5 mil, I believe, and we're going to make some Prusik loops out of it. You can buy presewn Prusik loops. You can buy things like the VT Prusik, things like that are great tools, but this is cheap and easy and very versatile for a lot of things. So this is kind of what I like to do. Use it for climbing, for canyoneering, for general rope needs. But Prusik, if you don't know, Prusik's a great tool that we use for locking ourselves off onto a rope somewhere. So if you need to like release the tension on your belay device or pass a knot or all sorts of things, rescue scenarios, you're going to use a Prusik as a third hand. This is also your auto block when you're climbing or rappelling, your third hand, whatever you want to call it, safety. So these are important to have and know how to use. I like to get pretty soft cord. This is one of the softer ones you can get. I think this is a blue water, but I'm not sure. I'll put the link down below in the video. But you want to get pretty narrow diameter. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Some people get, but it depends on the rope you're going to be using. So the main rope. If you're rappelling or climbing on a big fat rope, this can be bigger. If you're on a skinny rope, like when you go canyoneering on an 8, 8.3, whatever it is, you want skinnier rope. It'll grab better. If you have a big, thick 11 mil rope and you're going double stranded, then you can have a bigger one of these. But today, so this is a full length, and I want to cut this into a length and tie it into a loop. So some people like longer ones. I like to keep them pretty short. I just like a small little loop that I can wrap a few times, form a Prusik knot, and then if I need to extend it, I'll just girth hitch a sling or something else to it to make it longer. That also gives you an attachment point for a carabiner, and I'll show you that in another video. But for right now, I'm going to show you how to cut this. So how do you cut and seal up the ends of a rope? Well, I'm sure there are a lot of opinions out there, but this is the way I learn and the way I like to do it. I like to, first of all, some people are going to just measure and go like this, I don't like to do that because it creates kind of an angled cut in your rope. So I like to cut it at a straight angle as much as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rig this up to an anchor point so I can pull it tight and have tension in the rope. It's going to cut a lot easier when it's tensioned. So I've got a kind of a carabiner. I'm just going to clove hitch on here. And what I didn't do, actually, what I need to do before that is measure, because this knot's going to take up some of the distance. So today I want to tie a 40-inch Prusik. So I'm just going to measure out 40 inches here. So this is my 40-inch mark. I like to measure. So yeah, we'll clove in here, hanging on to that 40-inch mark. Okay, so here's 40. Doesn't have to be exact, but close enough. And now I've got some tension on that. And the knife I'm using, this is a kitchen knife, and you can use whatever knife you like, but I like this because it's got a nice long blade. It is serrated and it's sharp. You can use a straight blade, but I find serrated works better, gives you some cleaner cuts. And the goal here is to get as clean of a cut as you want. So think about like slicing through bread. You can smash it, you can cut it, but if you've got the serrated action going on, you can usually get a better clean cut. So pull it tight and just start kind of going at it. And you should, yeah, that's not the best cut I've had. It's not great. Knife's dull maybe. But that's okay, because next step is I'm gonna take it down here And I am going to take a lighter. I'm going to melt all this together in a nice, firm, solid piece so it doesn't fray, it doesn't flake off, any of that. So start just kind of at the end and get these all the same length. And you can tap this. It will burn you if you get it on you. So what I've got is I've got a cup of water, and I'm just going to get my fingers wet so that when I touch this to kind of shape it, it's not going to burn onto my fingers. So I just like to go around. Because this one's a little bit frayed out, we're going to have to do a bit of work on it, which is good that you get to see that. So we don't want to light it on fire. We don't want to burn the rope. We're just going to melt the ends here. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's definitely sizzling. So I'm kind of just trying to press all that together. Keep it nice and tight. Okay, that's starting to look pretty good. It's going to be very hot. You want to kind of melt these together. So if there's any loose ends poking out, you want them to melt down into the rope. You don't want it to melt away from the rope. And it's really important that you do a good job here, because this will ensure the longevity of your rope or your cord or whatever, that it doesn't start to fray when you're in the field. So you really want to make sure you get these all nice and tight. And if you get a good clean cut, it's usually not as hard. But obviously I was planning on getting a good cut and didn't go as planned. This is mostly done. Let me show you this. You can see here. So you can see that's kind of about a ½ inch down. And what I might do, if I might just cut that off again and try again, because that's still kind of ugly, but you can see that's kind of a bad job, and I still need to work on that, but it's good enough for the purposes I'm using it for. So now I've got my 40-inch piece of cord. The next thing is to just tie double fisherman here. So when we do the double fisherman, I like to keep the tails on these as short as possible. You don't want big tails hanging off. So, but you don't want them too short either, because they could slip. And these are less likely to slip because you tend to lock them down and they just stay. So it's about an inch, inch and a half long. Some people are going to make them a little longer. Some people are going to risk it and go a little shorter. Whatever's up to you, how you want to do it. But once you tie these, they are going to stay put for the long haul. So if you haven't learned how to tie these knots, you can always go check out my knots course on my website, myadventureschool.com. And we'll go through all the details of tying all these climbing knots that you need. But there's your double fisherman. So you've got the 2 equals and the 2 X's. So we're good there. This is a Prusik loop. Now we can use this to tie all kinds of Prusik knots. You can see the difference between the ends here. So this is a factory sealed end, and they've heated that up with a heat gun or something instead of burning it. And there's my end that's pretty well melted together. It's actually forming pretty good. There's just a few pieces that are hanging off, like that one that I want to melt on, but I might just cut that off and do it again. Anyway, there's your Prusik loop. I'm going to make a couple of these, and I can use them for all sorts of rope work.